There was something off about this town. Not just the way everyone smiled a little too wide, or how they always seemed to know your name before introductions. It was their eyes, purple, vibrant, unnatural, and empty. I moved here 2 weeks ago. My mom got a job transfer and said it was a peaceful change of pace. She wasn't wrong. There was no crime, no noise, no problems, but also no emotions. Everyone was polite, cheerful, robotic. Today was the first time I noticed the mark. We were in gym class. While changing, I saw it on Thomas's back. A deep black spiral etched into his skin, like it had been burned there. When he noticed me staring, he snapped his locker shut and gave me a tight smile. "It's just a tattoo," he said. "Everyone gets one eventually." Later, I asked around. Every student had the same answer, same words. Like a script, like they'd rehearsed. I don't know why, but I haven't slept in 2 nights. I feel watched. I hear whispers in the halls even when I'm alone. Tomorrow, I'm gonna follow one of them. I picked Emily. She was in my homeroom and always sat perfectly still, eyes never blinking enough. When school let out, I trailed her from a distance. She didn't go home. Instead, she walked past her house and into the woods behind the football field. The trees grew thick fast. She didn't look around once. I had to duck behind trunks to avoid being seen. The woods eventually cleared into a small valley, and that's when I saw it. A circle, not drawn, dug. A perfect ring in the earth like a ritual site. In the middle stood 4 people, shirtless, spirals glowing black on their backs. They stood silently as Emily stepped in. One of them lifted their arm. In his hand was a knife. I leaned closer, my heart beating in my skull. Then, out of nowhere, a branch snapped under my foot. All 4 heads turned toward me, eyes glowing, not just purple, luminescent, like ultraviolet fire. I ran. I didn't stop until I hit pavement. But they didn't follow me, or maybe they didn't need to. That night, my phone turned on by itself. The screen lit up to show a spiral, just like the one on their backs. Spun slowly, endlessly. Then came the whispering. It wasn't in a language I understood, just static and symbols. But it made my skin crawl. The spiral kept spinning. I turned my phone off. The screen stayed lit. I smashed it against the wall, but the image remained, etched into the cracked screen like it had always been there. The next morning at school, Emily looked at me. Just once. Her lips didn't move, but I swear I heard her voice in my head. "It's already begun." I told my mom everything that night. She didn't say a word, just looked at me, slowly. That's when I noticed her eyes. They used to be green. Now they were purple. She cooked dinner like nothing was wrong. Sat across from me at the table, smiling. The kind of smile that doesn't belong on a human face. I asked her what was going on, what happened to her eyes. She blinked once, slowly. "You'll feel better once the mark takes," she said. I dropped my fork. "What?" "You'll be calmer. You'll understand. You're resisting now, but that'll change. It always does." I ran to my room, locked the door. Ipek. I was getting out of there tonight. But when I looked out my window, there were people standing on the lawn. Neighbors, classmates, even the mailman, all staring up at my window. Their eyes glowing, unmoving, a sea of purple fire. I stepped back from the window and realized they weren't trying to break in. They were waiting. I didn't sleep, couldn't. At dawn, they were gone. I peeled off my shirt to change, and that's when I saw it. The skin on my back, blistered, burned, a faint spiral, slowly surfacing under my skin. No pain, just warmth, like something was waking up inside me. I screamed, grabbed a knife. I tried to cut it out, but the skin wouldn't tear. It was like rubber, like it wasn't mine anymore. I drove to the next town over, straight to a doctor's office. When I showed him the mark, he just stared, then asked me to wait while he made a call. I checked the hallway mirror. Purple. My eyes were turning purple. I ran. I found a motel, paid in cash, locked the door and closed every curtain. Then the TV turned on by itself. Static. Then a face. Emily. We don't die. We don't sleep. We see everything. Her voice was calm, soothing, hypnotic. Behind her, the spiral spun. Stop fighting. It's not infection. It's evolution. The screen cut to black. I threw the TV off the table. The room phone rang. I didn't answer it. It rang for an hour. I tried to post about everything online. Reddit, Twitter, anywhere. But no one believed me. Every post was deleted within minutes. Accounts locked. Shadow banned. Then I noticed something worse. Everyone replying had purple eyes in their profile pictures. Every single one. Even accounts that had looked normal before. It was spreading. Not like a virus, but like a signal. An idea. You don't have to bite someone to turn them. You just have to show them the spiral. Desperate, I visited the town library. In the archives room, I found an old VHS tape labeled Initiation 1983. I stole it. I bought a cheap player at a thrift shop and locked myself in. The footage showed a room, a person strapped to a chair. Others stood around him, shirtless, all with the mark. They chanted. The spiral painted on the floor began to rotate. Not literally. It just moved. The person in the chair screamed. His eyes turned purple. His voice changed. The tape ended with a message, "Welcome back." I couldn't fight it anymore. My dreams were filled with the spiral. I started understanding the whispers. They're not zombies. Not exactly. They're vessels. Hosts for something older. Something buried. The spiral is a doorway. And I was becoming one of them. Last night, they came to my motel. They didn't break in. They waited. I opened the door. And I walked into the woods with them. We stood in the circle again. The same one I saw before. This time I was in the center. They chanted. I didn't resist. The spiral burned brighter on my back. The purple in my eyes pulsed like fire. Then silence. I saw it. Not with my eyes, but with something deeper. A truth beyond language. A God that sleeps inside us all. The spiral is its eye. And now, I am awake.